and welcome to FC Cymru for this Cup Final special. We are here at Pen-y-Darren Park for the FAW Women's Cup Final between Cardiff City and Britain Ferry. We'll also be bringing you the Under-16s Girls Cup Final between Barrytown United and Abergavenny. But Robin, you were here just last month playing against Cardiff City in that FAW Women's Cup semi-final. Unfortunately, it didn't quite go your way, but that's great for us because it means we get to have you on the show today.
Thank you very much. Yeah, disappointed not to be in the final, but as you said, the silver lining is I get to join you today. So we'll be bringing you all the match action, and then I also popped down to Aberystwyth last weekend to watch the cup final between TNS and Pen-y-Bront. So I'll be bringing you some more information on that as well.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing that FAW Youth Cup final. We'll also be bringing you the FAW Amateur Cup final, but first, let's take a look at the JD Welsh Cup final between TNS and Barrytown.
The Welsh Cup final is definitely about more than just the football. I think all matches across Wales should be. You know, the 90 minutes on the pitch will happen regardless. So it's about giving supporters and spectators an opportunity to enjoy something beyond that. So we're really hoping to give fans, a really special experience at today's JD Welsh Cup final. I think we've got two great teams from the JD Cymru Premier battling out on the pitch. We want to create something quite special off the pitch as well. So we've got, the stage outside and a fan zone dedicated to giving people something beyond the 90 minutes on the pitch. So hopefully fans will leave feeling that they want to continue to support football clubs within Wales beyond this match day and into next season.
I think the festival atmosphere is a really good thing. I think you need to make occasions like this feel special. You need to make people want to come not just for the match but for the whole event really. And this is a great event, lots of things going on. It makes you want to bring the family down like we've done today, and we'll encourage others to come and support their team, which is great, yeah.
The festival atmosphere looks quite good from the FAW, yeah. It's quite good, quite busy, yeah. So hopefully we get a big crowd today.
So the Football Association of Wales has emphasised the fan experience at national team level for a number of years, and I think it's something we're trying to replicate now within our cup competitions. It's the third oldest cup in all of world football, so it's important to try and emphasise that, but also to give something beyond the match itself. But I think what really triggered it is seeing the growth of how the national team has succeeded in this space. A lot of the fans that support the national team go because the experience is good, but we've seen the success of creating a culture around it. And what we want to do is really share with fans that this is our biggest final in the men's pyramid and really give them an experience worthwhile experiencing. But obviously we want to make sure that it's just something that they want to go away from thinking I want to keep going to watch football. But I think the national team stuff has really showed us that it works, and it's something we're trying to translate into that domestic game.
It's really good to see TNS in the cup final. It means everything really, because of sport of TNS, you expect it really for them to be up there or thereabouts at the end of the season. So I've watched them all the way through to the end of the season, and the last game I was at Connors Quay game. It's really good, yeah, to see them lift the trophy. It's one of them things, yeah.
Yeah, so both clubs have had, varying seasons in many ways. The New Saints are serial winners in the Welsh domestic game and have had another successful this season with Craig Harrison back as manager. Obviously they've won the JD Cymru Premier title, but Bala, within their own right, have won the Nathaniel MG Cup. And although their phase 2 in the top flight has been probably disappointing from their perspective, today's a one-off shootout and there's an opportunity for them to get to Europe at the end of it. So different seasons, but culminating in a really exciting match for both of them.
Yeah, well, my dad's been part of the club. He's a coach here at Bala. He's been part of the club for years, for as long as I can remember. I played for the reserve team back in the day, and it's great for the town of Bala. It's like I say, going to be a great occasion. Just hope they do themselves justice on the pitch, and yeah, really proud of the team. So yeah.
Yeah, it feels good. Feels good. You know, the Welsh Cup's a very, it's historic. It's a very a trophy that been involved with quite a bit. And I think that's the 5th time I've won it, which is always nice, and it's always good. The first time to the last time. It's a really important competition that we're desperate to win today.
Yeah, it means everything to win this cup at the end of the season. It's great for the club, and we'll celebrate it well tonight.
We've had such a good season domestically, only getting beat once off Cardiff Met in the league, and then if we hadn't won today, I think it might have cast a bit of a shadow on over a really good season. So it's just icing on the cake, really. Yeah, it means a lot to the club.
Thanks for joining us. So an excellent season for your team so far, winners of the Adran South and then narrowly missing out on promotion in the playoff final. Would you mind just sort of talking to us about your journey this season?
Yeah, we sat down as a group at the start of the season and set out our goals and our aims, and we've achieved them. We missed out narrowly last week, and it was a tough one for us. Needed a couple of days to reflect on that, but we haven't had time to do anything else because we've got a big game coming today now, so we've had to focus on that. But as a whole this season, I thought we performed really well. We've got a massive test in front of us today. Cardiff City were a really good side, and I've watched them a couple of times this year and been so impressed with them. So we haven't had time to not do anything else but focus on this game. I've said to them, once this game's done, we'll reflect on our season as a whole and concentrate on getting back in the Premier League next year now.
So Ian, a really important day for Cardiff City today, of course, looking to do the double, won the league and looking to win the cup, repeating last year, of course. Incredible season. How are you all looking forward to this afternoon's match?
Yeah, we're excited. These are the games you want to be in. We were in a couple last year and we knew that was the platform for this year. We've had a remarkable season, almost perfect. And we'll just be looking to end it with a double today. I think that's the perfect way to sign off the season. And then we'll have a little bit of rest and then focus in on the Champions League.
If you were to win today's cup final, what does that say about Cardiff City, as a club, and I guess the progression that you've made?
It just shows where we're going. We were miles off it for too long, I think, as a football club. So we focused on being there, being in the big games, building a winning mentality, and I think we've done that. And we've proved that this season and last season. Now it's just about continuing it and making sure that we implement the game plan today, because we know it'll be difficult. But we're focused, and we know if we play to the best of our ability, we've got a good chance of winning the trophy.
So I'm joined by Gemma Lewis, who's Women and Girls Pathway Manager at the FAW. We've got a few national age group players on display already, and then hopefully we'll see some stars of tomorrow later on in their later cup final kick-off. How important is a strong youth system to the success of the domestic game?
Yeah, I think it's massive. For us to be able to compete on a national level, we really have to improve in our youth development systems as well, and I think we're trying to do that within the FAW, within our academy systems and development centres. But I think it also shows that it's increasing the depth of development within the Adran Prems as well. So I think it's showing that it's creating a domestic team for our domestic league as well and making everything stronger. So yeah, it shows kind of the level that we need to get to, and I think hopefully to create our senior national team and make it stronger as well in the long term.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned the development centres there, so they've been a huge success this year, especially with the expansion to clubs like Britain Ferry. So how do you sort of see that progressing moving forwards, and where else can that go?
Yeah, again, we're looking to build on our youth system, and we can see clubs like Britain Ferry, and they run the development centre, and we're seeing some really good players come through that pathway. Right now we have 8 development centres, 4 in the south and 4 in the north, and we have clubs running those development centres, and we can see the strength of the pathway coming through those. So I think, again, it helps us, and we're seeing the knock-on effect for people like Britain Ferry now, who have made it to this cup final, and unfortunately just missed out on promotion recently, but you can see the strength that they're getting from those sorts of development centres. So again, it gives us a chance to build our youth domestic teams to really push the quality of domestic football going forwards.
Congratulations, Ian. So my first question is, are you going to get a tattoo to match the league trophy?
I think so, maybe. I think we all had a bet at the start of the year if we won the league unbeaten that we'd all get tattoos. So a couple of us have already got it. The players will have it now. It's not too bad, to be fair. It's immortalised on my arm now. So, you know, this has been the most unbelievable year, and I think it means so much to everyone at the club. So just getting that, I know it'll be with me forever now. So I'm just proud to have it.
What a day for Cardiff City. You know, what done the double, as we can see here. I mean, you're going to run out of places to put them, I'm sure. But how are you feeling?
Yeah, amazing. It's been a long time coming for the girls. Obviously, we haven't won the league for 10 years, so we ticked that one off a couple of weeks ago, and this has been our trophy now for now. I've been out with a long-term injury, so to come on today and do my part to help the girls after they've done so much this year, it means loads, and I'm just happy I could have helped out today.
Mawr, a massive congratulations to Cardiff City for winning the FAW Women's Cup. But of course, we'll be bringing you our coverage of the Under-16s Girls' Cup very soon. But first, we sent Evan Powell to cover the FAW Amateur Trophy.
Shwmae a croeso i FC Cymru. We've got a special episode for you today. We're at the tail end of the season, and that can only mean one thing: silverware is on the line. We're at Laffin Park today as Denbigh Town take on Thomas Bluebirds in the Dragon Sign Amateur Trophy final. We're going to hear from the Bluebirds and find out what today means for the club. But also we're going to be hearing from Denbigh and find out a little bit more about the history of the tournament. Previous winners 99 years ago. They're going to be hoping to party like it's 1924 once again. Let's get stuck into it. So there it is, a lovely, lovely day for it. What are your thoughts heading into the game?
Yeah, it's a massive occasion for us, well, for both teams really, National Cup, and on a lovely summer's day almost. So yeah, it'll be a huge occasion for us, and yeah, boys can't wait to get going.
So Mark, it's been a brilliant season for the Bluebirds so far. What would lifting the cup today mean for the side?
Oh, I think it would mean everything to all of us for all the effort we put in. I'd like to say twice a week, because we train once a week, we play once a week generally, but I'd say every day. Players, management, people behind the scenes, we put everything we've got into this, and we as you said, we've had a very good season so far, but as it stands at the moment, we won nothing. So winning this today would be a fantastic achievement, and well deserved in my opinion, but we got a lot to do today, and we'll do it to our best of ability.
Well, it goes without saying that you've had an excellent season so far. What will lifting the cup today mean to the side? Yeah, the boys understand that we give ourselves targets at the start of the season, and it was to win everything, every single cup we were involved in. So yeah, this will be the start of hopefully a treble, but we'll see what happens. I've already seen some of your fans entering the ground and making some noise already. What impact will they have on the side today, giving us the encouragement to the team?
Yeah, we're a small village really, so we haven't got as big a following as some, but I think the ones that will make themselves heard, will make themselves heard, and I hope that they get behind the boys, which I'm pretty sure they will, and the boys respond off of that.
Well, what a superb fixture that was. Both sides didn't give each other an inch during that game. Denby Town was superb. The fans were unbelievable. The atmosphere inside the stadium was electric. Thomas, though, they controlled the game. They dominated for majority of the game. They got 2 superb goals and they're taking the trophy back home to South Wales. Congratulations to Thomas. Commiserations to Denby Town.
Thank you for joining me. It's been an incredible year for Cymru women, including, the national team smashing attendance records, and the league as well has been drastically improving. How have you felt about the progress being made here in Wales?
Well, it's been rapid, hasn't it? And I think for us, we launched our strategy 2 years ago, a clear strategy and a plan of how we were going to grow and develop women and girls football. And for us, it was like doing what was right for women and girls, not necessarily replicating what things had been done in the men's game previously. And we've seen over the last 5 years an 89% increase in girls' participation, right? So we know that there is an appetite for girls wanting to play, and then you layer that with the profile of when we have these big matches, whether that's the Girls and the Women's Cup final here in Merthyr, whether that is the game at the racecourse recently, where they had over 9,000 fans in attendance, the playoff match, which was so exciting, one of the most exciting games of football because of what was at stake there, 1,500 there. Cardiff have had a 5,000, a 3,000. The Swans have had a couple of games with over 1,000. So it's just exploding. And for me, if we create the platform, if we create the right awareness around the game and promote it in the right way, people will come, and that's what we've seen this year. And I think what's really exciting is what the future can look like, where we go from next.
Here in the FAW Girls Cup, and Barry currently lead Abergavenny 4-0. We'll be catching up with all the full-time reactions soon, but before then, we'll quickly take a look at how TNS got on versus Penybont in the FAW Youth Cup final. Welcome to Park Avenue for the FAW Youth Cup final. Today, the New Saints will be taking on Penybont in a battle to be crowned champions. TNS and Penybont met last year in the JD Welsh Cup final, so I'm sure the development squad will be looking to relive that success this year. Before we get into the match action though, we're going to be catching up with both teams' managers to discuss the role a successful youth team has on sustaining football clubs in Wales. So 9 league titles in the last few years and 5 cup finals and victories. What do you do to instill a winning mentality in the squad?
You just try and pass on a little bit of knowledge. You know, played in good games, and they obviously some of these played in the final last year as well, so they've got experience of playing in it. So you just try and help them as much as they can. We've done all our work, so there's not much more you can do really. It's all about their mentality when they go out.
Just how important is the role of a successful youth team in sort of the sustainability of that first team?
I think it's massive, you know, lads coming through, and it always helps the club when you can get a good youth system and you start bringing a few lads through. We have been promoting it for a few years. Me and Si have had these lads for a few years now, and you know, next year they'll be looking to play again. So it's youth system's massive. The more we can push through, the more we can promote. You know, the youth in Welsh football is always great, so it's something that we are looking big in the future as well.
How important would winning today be to the club? What would it mean?
Oh, it's huge. We're under no illusions it's going to be a big challenge today, but one that we're certainly up for. And to be able to see these lads out on a Cymru Premier pitch for the first team is absolutely huge.
It's great to hear about all the players linked with the first team. So what exactly does that look like, and how important is the role of a successful youth team to sustainability of the club?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're relatively young in terms of academy setup, so 9 years, 10 years next year, and I think to be able to provide that player pathway for players in Bridgend area and further afield, to be able to see a pathway into that first team is absolutely paramount. The likes of Tom Tweedy, who was a development team player, made his opportunity and broke into the first team, and then was signed by Burnley in January. So it just goes to show that there's definitely a pathway from youth to senior environment at Penabont, and that's how important it could be.
Commiserations. Would you mind just talking us through how you found that game?
Yeah, well, we knew it was going to be tough because we played them last year in the semis, beat us 4-1 last year, 5-1 this year. You look at that Wrexham game we played, no way everyone would have thought we were down and out. You know, we've had some poor results this season in the league, losing the teams lower down, but yeah, to beat that Wrexham team and now to come out here and for about 75 minutes to be in a game with probably the best team in Wales really, so yeah, we're proud.
Well, commiserations, you can all be proud of yourselves. Well done. Hi Nick, congratulations, 2 years in a row now for you. Can you sum up that performance for us, please?
The first half we didn't play as good as we wanted, but second half we turned it on, and towards the end got a few goals and made it an easy game, but all credit to Penabont, they came and gave us a good game.
And what does winning this cup mean to you?
It's a good privilege, you know what I mean, you spend all your season playing. I mean, I was at Kevin Jurts for 6 months, so I've only played 6 months for the 19s, but you play all your season and then to final, it's a big game, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I loved it.
just won the Under-16s Girls Cup. You must be thrilled. How are you feeling?
Well, absolutely buzzing. The girls have been on it all season. Brilliant. Well, we lost one game, but it's over the moon. The biggest Welsh Cup in Wales, sort of thing. Very happy.
Such an amazing achievement. So you mentioned there a little bit about your season. Can you tell me a little bit more about your journey to the final?
To be honest, the girls have given their all 110% every week. Can't fault them. I've only recently joined and they've been so welcoming, and to be honest, they're like a massive family, and every game has just been a battle and they've just battled through it every step of the way.
Congratulations, Amy. Fantastic individual performance today. Your teammates are clearly proud of you. How did that feel to win?
It felt really good, but stop! It just felt really relieving because before the game we were all really nervous and it just felt great.
It's been a big day for your family, so your sister was playing in the game beforehand and they were unlucky not to win. How's she feeling? Has she said well done to you?
No, she didn't even come watch me. She ran off.
You stayed to watch her and she's left?
Yeah.
Well, at least somebody's taken home some silverware today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mawr, a massive congratulations to Cardiff City and of course Barry Town United. It's been a wonderful day here in Merthyr, and I think one of my highlights has been Cheryl Foster refereeing in the FAW Women's Cup final, and of course seeing that little girl's face when she gave her medal. It was just such a joy to see her reaction.
Yeah, it was brilliant to see her. I think the day's been amazing. I guess my highlight, it's difficult to pick because there were some fantastic performances. Both games were competitive, but probably just the sheer number of people who turned up today. It was great to see the stadium full.
It's amazing to see the impact that women's football is having here in Wales, isn't it? And thank you to you, Robin, for joining me. It's been great to have you. But of course, keep an eye across all of our social media and join us next month for our final FC Cymru of the season. I can't believe it's finally here. But that's it from us, and no star.